Hey everyone, welcome back to the English Guys. I'm Adriano and today we're going to be having a look at 3 parts of a sentence. If you like this video, please remember to hit like and subscribe down below. It really does help us out as a channel, and also please head over to theenglishguys.com where you can get more information about the tutoring services and the courses that we offer. Alright, let's get started. If you want to improve your writing in English, you need to start with the basics. And the basics are the 3 parts of the sentence. The 3 things that you need for a sentence to be a complete sentence. And those things are subject, verb, and a complete idea. Now the subject is the person, place, or thing doing the sentence. The verb, there are many verbs in English, but in this video what we're going to do, we're going to have a look at some action verbs and some linking verbs. The action verbs we're going to look at are smile, laughed and arrived, and also hit, bought and fed. And the linking verbs we're going to look at are going to be was, looks and is. Okay, let's get started. In our first set of examples, we're going to be having a look at subjects and action verbs. And remember, the sentence must be a complete idea. It must be a complete thought that you are passing from you to another person. So let's have a look at our first sentence. Ben smiled. We've got the subject Ben. We've got the verb smiled. Does that make sense? I think it does. We understand that. So it's a complete idea as well. Okay. How about our next example? Emma laughed. We have the subject, Emma, the verb, laughed, and, it makes sense. It is a complete idea. Okay. How about our third example here? They arrived. They is the subject, arrived is the verb. It makes sense. It's a complete idea. Okay. Our next examples are going to have a look at subjects and action verbs again, but these verbs are transitive verbs. Now don't worry about remembering what they're called, just know that this type of verb needs to act on something for it to make sense. It needs to act on an object, otherwise it's not a complete sentence. Let's have a look at these examples and you'll see what I mean. So in this first one, Ben hit. We've got a subject, Ben, and we've got the verb hit. But does it make sense? It doesn't really. We don't know what Ben hit. But if I said to you, Ben hit the ball, oh, now it makes sense. So that verb is acting on the ball, and now it makes sense. We've got our subject, Ben, our verb, hit, and what did Ben hit? Ben hit the ball. Okay, now it makes sense. How about this next example? Emma bought. Emma is our subject, bought is our verb, but we don't know what Emma bought, so it's not a complete idea. It doesn't make sense. But what if we said Emma bought a pizza? Oh, now it makes sense. We've got Emma as our subject, bought as the verb, and then what did she buy? She bought a pizza. Now it is a complete thought. And finally, how about they fed? We've got the subject, they, the verb fed, but we're not quite sure what they fed. It's not a complete idea. How about they fed the cat? Now it makes sense. We have our subject, they. We have the verb fed. And what did they feed? They fed the cat. That makes it a complete idea. In our last set of examples, we're going to have a look at subjects and linking verbs. Now these linking verbs here are going to link the subject to either an adjective or a verb that the subject is doing. So let's have a look. What if I said to you, the cinema was? Does that make sense? We've got a subject, the cinema, we've got the verb was, but it's not a complete idea. We need something else to complete that sentence. So what if I said to you, the cinema was busy? Well, now it makes sense. We've got the subject, the cinema, we've got the verb was, and we have the adjective busy to complete that sentence and to complete the idea. What if I said to you, my computer looks? Does that make sense? Well, we've got my computer as the subject. We have looks as the verb. But the problem is we need something else to complete that idea, don't we? So how about this? My computer looks old. Well, that's better. We've got my computer as the subject. we have looks as the verb, and the adjective old completes the idea, so we have one complete idea. And our final example here, how about this? Peter is. Does that make sense? We've got Peter as our subject. We have is as the verb, but it's not a complete idea, is it? We need something else. So how about this? Peter is playing. Now it makes sense. So we have Peter as our subject, is as our verb, and that's linking to the verb play plus ing to let us know what Peter is doing. Peter is playing, so it's a complete thought. So to recap on what we looked at today, the three parts of the sentence are subject, verb, and it must be a complete idea. Now the subject is the person, place or thing that's doing the sentence or that the sentence is talking about. And the verbs we looked at in this video were action verbs such as smile, laughed, arrived, hit, bought and fed, and then linking verbs like was, looks and is. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, please add them down below in the comments. Also, head over to our channel and check out our other YouTube videos. All right, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you next time.